Hello, Crest. Thank you for joining me today for our next virtual Brain Boosters episode. Once again, my name is Jillian Perry, and I'm the Resident Services Coordinator for the Highline Overlook neighborhood. Resident Services is a team of employees available to you, residents of Crest Independent Living. As you navigate both the joy-filled and the hard times, we believe in being approachable and responsive to your well-being. Every interaction we share, you can expect a warm reception, trusting that what matters to you matters to us. We partner with you to provide comprehensive information about supportive resources tailored to your personal circumstances so that you can make informed decisions. Because when we do, you have the opportunity to be heard and cared for, helping you live your best life. In the last Brain Boosters video, we discussed how exploring and feeling a sense of purpose can be beneficial to our brain's health and our overall well-being, and ways in which we can dive deeper into discovering what we feel is our purpose or purposes. If you did not get a chance to watch the previous Brain Boosters video, please feel welcome to watch it anytime in MyErickson within the Resident Resources icon and under the Resident Services heading. There you'll find each month's video along with any supplemental materials such as follow-along guides and word puzzles that coincide with each Brain Boosters video. If you would like to be emailed a direct link to the newest Brain Boosters video each month, I'm happy to send those to you. My contact information will be listed at the end of the video, and you're welcome to call or email me. I invite you to reach out to Resident Services if you have any questions about Brain Boosters or other support group offerings here at Crest. Today we'll be talking about how to keep our brains and bodies healthy over the holidays, which can be so challenging for all of us. I really hope you all enjoy this topic. First, we'll begin by talking about healthy food habits over the holiday season. This is typically the time of year for family, festivities, and food. Lots and lots of food. Temptations can be everywhere all around us for weeks at a time. Now, this may or may not be the case for all of us this year, but hopefully these will be tips that you can use for holiday seasons for many years to come. As I was saying, this is also a time where it can be really easy to lose track of our consistent food schedules, such as skipping meals and saving our calories for the end of the day. It's so important for us to try to stick to those food schedules, even during the holidays, as best that we can, because it can actually be pretty bad for our health if we don't. It was found that adults who consume calories during regular meals, so from similar times from one day to the next, were less obese than people who ate at irregular meal times, despite consuming more calories overall. Interesting, right? There are many metabolic processes in the body, such as appetite, digestion, and metabolism of fat, cholesterol, and glucose. And these follow patterns that repeat every 24 hours. When we eat inconsistently, it may affect our internal body clock, which could then lead to weight gain and other health risks. On the other hand, eating just one serving of green leafy vegetables per day is associated with slower age-related cognitive decline. In one study that took place over the course of 5 years with older adults, participants who consumed approximately one serving per day to the participants who consumed almost no leafy green vegetables per day, the rate of cognitive decline among those who consumed the most to those who consumed the least was equivalent to being 11 years younger cognitively. Of course, I'm not saying cutting out all of the sweet treats is right or feasible. Moderation is the key here. It is so important to practice good portion control, and it's recommended that you aim to build a balanced plate to prevent overeating. So when I say a balanced plate, try to load up on veggies and have lots of color on your plate. Try to limit your carbs and starches to about the size of your fist or less than a quarter of your plate. Once you're ready to dig into those delicious foods, try to start by consuming the vegetables and fruits first because those give us good fiber, and fiber keeps us full. The more fiber we have in our diets, the more likely we're going to feel satisfied. So then it's recommended that we eat our proteins next because this also helps us feel fuller. And lastly, we eat our starches because we don't tend to eat as much of them than if we were to eat them first. I want to add that if you do want to go back for seconds, it's recommended that you wait at least 10 to 20 minutes before doing so, because that allows time for your brain to receive the signal that our bodies are feeling full. By waiting and relaxing before rushing to seconds, you're likely to feel more satisfied and full. Once you wait out those 10 to 20 minutes, if you're still feeling hungry and you do go back for seconds, of course it's recommended that you get more of the veggies. But if you go back for something else that might not be quite as good for us, try taking a walk that evening to help improve your blood sugar, and you'll likely feel better that night and the next day than if you don't. I also want to add that although it might not be as much fun, dietitians recommend that we drink water with our meals instead of sugary beverages like soda, tea, or juice. I also want to touch on alcoholic beverages. So many people say liquid calories don't count, but that actually couldn't be farther from the truth. Typically, alcoholic beverages can each pack 100 to 250 calories. So as you can see, holiday drinks can be a real hindrance when it comes to our health and well-being. I want to share a few tips that I have to help you sip smarter over the holidays if you do choose to have alcoholic beverages. Number 1, drink water between your alcoholic beverages. Not only will this help you stay hydrated, but it will also slow down your drinking. If you're going for mixed drinks, try to use a low-calorie mixer such as no-calorie soda or tonic water or even lemon and lime wedges just to help reduce those added calories. You can also make healthier ingredient swaps without sacrificing flavor. For example, try using low-fat milk in your eggnog and cut the amount of cream in half, or even try skipping it entirely. Practice moderation. Just like with eating, moderation really is key. Enjoy and savor your drinks by sipping on them slowly. Being mindful can help you reduce your overall calorie intake without feeling restricted. Next, we're going to talk about keeping up your exercise routine throughout the holidays. That too can be very challenging, but the benefits of doing so are so worth it. Good habits can go out the window during the holiday season. However, staying active during the holidays is actually more important than you might think. Not only can finding time to exercise give you the endorphins you'll need to counterbalance holiday stress, it can help you avoid gaining weight from all of the sweets that might be around you. In addition, maintaining a consistent exercise schedule can improve our brain's health. As you exercise, blood flow to the brain increases, which exposes your brain to more oxygen and nutrients. Exercise also induces the release of beneficial proteins in the brain, which can help keep brain cells healthy and promote the growth of new neurons. As I mentioned a few moments ago, exercising really can decrease our stress levels. When you exercise, your body releases chemicals such as dopamine and endorphins in your brain that make you feel happy. Not only is your brain dumping out feel-good chemicals, but exercising can also make your brain get rid of chemicals that make you stressed and anxious. Regular exercise can also help you control your emotions when you begin feeling angry or upset. Being active can improve our long-term and short-term memory and our thinking skills. Many studies have suggested that parts of the brain that control thinking and memory are larger in volume in people who exercise than in people who don't. Also, by improving your mood and sleep, it can reduce stress and anxiety, which are areas frequently seen as causing or contributing to cognitive impairment. Now, I want to share some tips and tricks for maintaining your exercise routine during the holiday season, although these can be used year-round. First, try to wake up a little bit earlier. Try to prioritize exercise first thing in the morning so that you have no excuse to skip it later when the day gets busy. Next, try to block off some time on your calendar to help turn your intention into reality. This way, as plans come up, you can visually see that you're unavailable and are less likely to break those plans with yourself. Third, get your steps in. So for many of us, carving out an hour in our day may not be feasible. However, we can probably find some time to take a walk outside, and those steps will add up fast. Even if we're not able to get much of a walk in, being outside in the fresh air, weather permitting, can be so beneficial for our health as well. Time outside can do wonders for relieving our anxiety, stress, and feelings of depression. There's a strong connection between time spent in nature and reduced negative emotions. Lastly, before you go to bed, I encourage you to do some stretches, which could even be done in bed when you're lying down at night. Meditative movements such as those in yoga, tai chi, and gentle stretches before bed have proved to improve sleep quality and enhance the overall well-being of an individual's physical and mental health. This may be an especially helpful tip for those of you who may struggle to fall asleep due to sore muscles or a restless mind. This ties into the next topic very well, which is about sleeping consistently through the holiday season. Maintaining our sleep schedules during the holiday season can prove to be very beneficial for our brain and overall well-being. The stress that the holiday season can bring, however, can affect and even sabotage the quality and quantity of sleep that you enjoy. If you thought the holiday season was stressful with regular sleep, trust me when I say that it can be a whole lot more stressful when you're sleep deprived and more prone to stress. So, I have 4 tips and tricks for you for how to beat sleep challenges this holiday season. First, try to maintain your normal sleep schedule as much as possible. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day as much as you can. This will support your body's inherent sleep-wake cycle and set you up for better quality sleep when bedtime comes around. Second, try your very best to avoid heavy evening meals. Try to eat and drink lightly in the evenings and avoid eating within 2 hours of bedtime. Going to bed with a full stomach is likely to lead to tossing and turning as your body works hard to digest all of that food. Similarly, while alcohol may make you tired initially, it can actually disrupt sleep and lead to awakenings as your body metabolizes it. If you're hungry before bed, try having a light bedtime snack. Third, exercise in the late afternoon. Besides reducing stress and tiring you out, an aerobic workout will raise your body's temperature slightly. Once your temperature falls a few hours later, this will lead to sleepiness. With that being said, avoid strenuous exercise within 4 hours of bedtime, as this may interfere with your ability to fall asleep. Last, but certainly not least, take time to decompress. An hour or so before bed, start winding down your activities so that you can set yourself up for a good night's sleep. Think of this as your time to power down. Put aside your to-do list, ditch the late night chores, and focus on relaxing your body and mind. Some good ways to do this: take a warm bath or shower, do some gentle stretching or deep breathing exercises, practice meditation, read a comforting book, or enjoy some soothing music. You deserve it. I want to let you know that everything that you might be experiencing is completely normal. With everything that I've said, from eating and drinking in moderation to keeping up with your exercise routine, to making sure you're getting enough sleep at night, it can all feel overwhelming. When we're operating at a high stress level, our negative emotions are more likely to be triggered and they will be more intense. Managing strong emotions and our stress levels is a life skill that I'm assuming almost all of us, if not all of us, can get better at. I want you to ask yourself a question. When you're in an upsetting or challenging situation and experience strong emotions, how do you calm yourself down? Try to remember your answer to that question for the next time that your stress levels begin to rise. Allow yourself to feel all of your emotions. Managing your emotions does not mean just sweeping them under the rug. That's actually called suppression, and it's been found that that's not an effective way to manage your emotions. When you're feeling an emotion, try to name it. When we verbalize how we're feeling, it actually activates a different part of our brain that can de-escalate our emotional response. The holidays always bring out strong emotions, and maybe especially this year as we're changing and canceling plans and trying to navigate how to keep long-standing traditions alive. This week, starting today, when you sense a strong emotion coming on, take a deep breath. That will increase your blood flow to your brain and help you calm down. When you feel stressed, overwhelmed, angry, or frustrated this week, try to pause and name the emotion you're experiencing. For example, say aloud to yourself, "I am feeling frustrated." Sometimes the holidays, as with other special occasions, can bring up or intensify feelings of grief. This may be due to the loss of a loved one or even the loss of normalcy that we're all experiencing this year. This holiday season, you might be canceling or changing plans, or, as I said, trying to find ways to keep up those long-standing traditions. Feelings of grief are completely normal in circumstances like this, and it's never something that you should feel ashamed of. Resident Services partnered with other departments here at Crest to bring you the Holiday Grief program that's currently airing 3 times per day on CTV or Channel 54. If you may be struggling with grief during the holiday season, I really encourage you to watch that program. If you're experiencing grief and you don't know where to start, please feel so welcome to reach out to Resident Services, as we're happy to help you navigate through it. Despite everything that I've said about eating, drinking, exercising, sleeping, and managing stress over the holidays, that is not always feasible no matter how strong our willpower. So in this case, I want to strongly encourage you to practice self-compassion. I know you might be thinking, I don't have time for self-care, you might be sleep deprived, and the list keeps piling up. Maybe you do take a few minutes for yourself and it leaves you feeling selfish or guilty afterwards. Sometimes the demands of taking care of those around us and ourselves can be overwhelming and can even make us feel that we're not good enough or that we can't keep up with all the demands. If this is how you find yourself feeling often during the holidays or any time of year really, the next thing may be the most important thing that I will say during this entire video. Show yourself self-compassion. Self-compassion means showing yourself some grace and accepting yourself for who you are. A continued focus on self-care and social emotional well-being will be especially important as we head into this pandemic winter and holiday season. From a social emotional well-being perspective, research shows that practicing self-compassion also seems to lead to more motivation and better self-control. Being kind to yourself is actually more effective for being productive and getting things done than being hard on yourself, and it's just a big part of feeling socially and emotionally whole. Please note that self-compassion is not self-pity nor self-indulgence. It's simply extending the same kindness to yourself that you would to other people. It's being supportive and kind to yourself, especially in the face of stress or perceived failure. I challenge you to give yourself permission to do things for yourself this holiday season. In wrapping up our discussion on self-compassion, I want to leave you with a quote that I thought was really beautiful. Having compassion for yourself means that you honor and accept your humanness. In conclusion, try to stick to a consistent schedule during the holiday season in terms of eating, drinking, sleeping, exercising, and give yourself so much self-compassion. I'm talking overflowing in self-compassion. This year is beyond stressful, and we're all struggling with canceling and changing plans and keeping traditions alive. Even if these tips and tricks don't necessarily apply to everyone this holiday season, I'm hopeful that they'll help even amidst the changing plans and even during non-holiday times. Thank you so much for watching this month's virtual Brain Boosters video. I'll have some helpful phone numbers at the end for your convenience. And as always, Resident Services is here and happy to help, and we would love to connect with you. I hope to see you all again in January. Bye.